craze behind the MonsterVerse franchise has received a fresh shot in the arm as the 5th film in the franchise has finally released. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire serves as a sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong 2021, and the traditional titular opponents are back again for a bigger threat that looms large. The movie has faced some rather mixed reviews ever since it has been released, and many have been skeptical about certain parts of the movie and the nature of the narrative. In this video, we will look to analyze the movie and dive into the possible reasons behind the negative reviews. We will also let you in on what we have liked about the film, and don't worry about the spoilers because we are not giving out any yet. Why is the movie struggling with bad reviews? The director, Adam Wingard, is the same one who directed Godzilla vs. Kong, and the fans expected a nice continuity because he could follow his vision for the franchise with this one. Whether or not you will be impressed will actually depend on your past record with a franchise. The movie has been made keeping the novices of the franchise in mind, but when this film is not your introduction to the kaiju world, you might find a few things lacking. There are certain aspects of the movie that might appeal to some and disappoint others. For example, Kong in the movie is more vulnerable than ever before. He shows signs of aging, has a graying fur, and is even taken down by a toothache at one point. His emotions and the sense of morality also strays from the usually animalistic appearance that we're used to. As IGN points out in their review, the movie becomes a sensory overload at times. They are right in suggesting that the movie has borrowed heavily from your typical fan-favorite bits and pieces from popular sci-fi hits. The tender moments between Kong and his Hollow Earth kin are fun to watch, but it doesn't quite compensate for the overall mismanagement and lack of grandeur in the storytelling. The Guardian has also termed the movie as a forgettable monster sequel, which pales in the shadow of the Oscar-winning Godzilla -1. Even Empire wasn't too generous with its review and exclaimed how the movie makes you wait too long for the titular duo to charge into battles together. Overall, most reviews have highlighted the flaws in the narrative and the downsides of this directorial venture by Adam Wingard, but we refuse to focus solely on the negatives. Marvelous verdict. The good, the bad, and the ugly. A mixed bag. We're no strangers to critics being a bit too harsh on certain movies at times and going by the flurry of negative reviews for Godzilla x Kong. Things might have been exaggerated a tad bit. Yes, the story is light and simple, but the uncomplicated premise does allow the Titans to take center stage. The atmosphere is wild, and the first-time audiences will find themselves super excited during the breathtaking fight sequences. In fact, the eye-popping final act is so spectacular, the directors could take a leaf out of this four-way battle. It promises to be a fun and vibrant journey where the adrenaline rush will get to you. As long as you don't start comparing the movie with its predecessors, the Titans in this big-screen spectacle deliver the goods, but the forceful infusion of emotion and drama might seem somewhat unnecessary. Many fans also dislike the fact that Godzilla kind of stays away from the limelight for much of the movie, and he is either preparing for the final face-off or taking naps. One of the major problems that have been exposed by many reviewers is the confusion faced by Wingard. The narrative looks like the director had a hard time deciding whether he wanted a general comedic tone or if he wanted to create something epic. The chemistry between two of the main actors, Rebecca Hall and Brian Tyree Henry, doesn't really set the stage on fire either, and we missed the crisp and onto-the-point storytelling we have enjoyed before in the franchise. Things could have been well knit with an in-depth lore behind some of the creatures and characters that you see. While the movie does ensure a few moments that are worth watching in the theaters, die-hard fans of the franchise might be concerned about what this effort to find a shortcut means. It might seem like the MonsterVerse is desperately clutching at straws and trying to figure out where the story should go next. If new and better ideas don't come up soon, such public-pleasing efforts might not be enough to keep the characters up and running. Finally, we would like to end this short analysis by leaving it to you fans. Don't go by all the harsh criticism that the movie has received and go check it out for yourself. If you're not a seasoned fan of the franchise, and if you can watch the movie purely for the jaw-dropping action sequences without comparing it to better movies in the series, we can assure you the experience would be one to relish. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.